We're now joined on the show by Bríd Stack from Australia. Bríd, great to have you on the show. Finally great to get that second win under your belt.
Yeah, super to get the second win, thank God. It was kind of a do or die game coming into the game on Friday night. And as Niamh said there, we had, 6-star players that had to go down with COVID. So we lost 3 the day before, like literally just the night before, and 1 the morning of. So I suppose it was real backs to the wall kind of stuff. But thankfully there is great depth in the team this year. And like Niamh said, Alan redeployed a couple of players, I suppose, into new positions. We saw Louise Stevenson go from a back up to a key forward, and she stood up. Nicola Barr, normally on around the wing midfield, went into forwards as well. So it was brilliant, and there was 4 debutants that started as well for the Giants. 3 of them making their AFLW debut completely. So it was absolutely wonderful, and it was just super scenes. Even afterwards in the dressing room, we got to sing the song all together in the dressing room, and we rang all the girls that weren't able to partake, and it was just it was a really special win. And hopefully keeps us a small bit in contention.
Yeah, well done, Bríd. I thought it was a serious outing for you guys. Personally on you, you've put in huge effort to get back this season. You had that awful injury last year. Just how have you been finding it? I know myself, I found the debut very daunting. It took a couple of rounds to get into it, even with the reels and stuff. So just a bit on how you're getting on yourself.
Yeah, like that. I suppose the debut, it kind of brings its own kind of pressures, and I suppose maybe I felt that there was a lot of added pressure. I was getting so much fabulous support from home and from the Giants and everyone involved. So it definitely can be a bit overwhelming. So I went into the game, probably didn't get as many touches as I want, so I kind of just went a bit rogue, doing as much tackling as I could, and I thought that kind of eased me into the game a bit more, which was very helpful. And then I suppose the biggest thing I'm finding is just how different the competition is with different teams. So we came out against the Dockers then the week after, and it was just a completely different setup. And I thought we did well. We actually did well enough versus the Dockers until maybe the second quarter, and just 8 minutes where they just absolutely blitzed us. And I suppose it was just a complete lack of concentration. So I suppose we found that kind of very, very tough to deal with. And I suppose went into the Roos game then kind of being very confident that we would play to our strengths. We knew what our strengths were, and kind of, try to beat them at source as much as possible. And they just absolutely stomped us at source. We didn't play to our strengths. And, unfortunately, I think, the match versus the Roos was actually way more disappointing than the Fremantle game. So I suppose this week was all about kind of getting a bit of retribution back and getting a bit of grit back. And, thankfully, everyone that went out there played a role at the weekend, and thankfully we got the win. But, on a personal level, I suppose I definitely found the last 2 weeks, the first day out, you're kind of, finding your feet, you're allowing yourself a couple of mistakes. Whereas the second and third day out, I suppose I was really frustrated with the way the games went, and probably my own performances. I found I was kind of getting stuck in structure a bit. And, I think when you're playing ladies football at home, ways to kind of get yourself into a game and kind of get yourself kind of, I suppose, more confident on the ball and things like that. But, that I felt I did okay, but I was still making a lot of mistakes. So I was very frustrated probably the last 2 weeks. But you just have to, you have to have the mentality of a goldfish playing this game, because in ladies football, you're so used to kind of trying to pick out a perfect pass, or, like I said, trying to work yourself very easily into a game, where it's not the same in AFL. So I had to learn that, and I had to learn that, there's probably going to be mistakes every 2 or 3 plays, and just to be okay with that. And thankfully I'm seeing bits of improvement, but obviously I want to accelerate that as best I can.
Well done. I think you've started very well, and I think you're only going to go from strength to strength. I know the first couple of rounds over there can be a bit frustrating personally, but we think you're doing really well here. But I suppose I just wanted to ask as well, how are the boys getting on? How's family life over in Australia, and how have you guys been finding it?
It's wonderful. I suppose it really is a dream come true, being able to marry sport and family life together. It's probably something I never thought would be possible, but thankfully we've such a supportive community here in the Giants that it's really they're making everything so feasible for myself and Cormac, which is wonderful. Cormac is actually part of the staff as well. He's a Maor Uisce here over in Australia, so he's delighted with his role, and we've wonderful people then that look after Cormac while the game is going on. And I suppose, look, thankfully he's at an age where he can communicate well as well with everyone, so I think they're just fueling him full of jellies, and he's happy enough with that situation. So it's grand while the game is going on.
Bríd, listen, thanks for joining us on the show. We'd love to speak to you for more time, but we haven't. Best luck for the rest of the season. Hopefully we'll see you in the playoffs.